Angular velocity and arc length. With this example, we'll understand how they related. Question is, a Ferris wheel with diameter of 100 meters completes one revolution in 20 minutes. Part A is, determine the angular velocity omega in radians per second. And part B is, how far has a rider traveled at 15 minutes into the ride? Now we are given angular velocity in revolutions, right? So we have one revolution in 20 minutes. So what we are given actually is angular velocity in revolutions. We say one revolution in 20 minutes. But what we want to find is radians per second. That is kind of important. So one revolutions mean one circle, and one circle is 2 pi radians. Is it okay? 2 pi radians is one circle. So we have 2 pi radians, and to convert minutes to seconds we need to multiply this by 60, right? So we get this as 20 minutes, right? So 20 minutes, we can say 1 minute is 60 seconds. So we get our units, radians per second. Do you see that? So that is how we can convert our units from revolutions over minutes to radians per second. I hope this step is absolutely clear. So basically minutes gets cancelled off, you're left with radians per second. Okay, so now we can do the needful and get our answer. So it is 2 times pi divided by, so let's say 2 times pi divided by 1200 in this case will give us equal to 0.0052 radians per second, right? So that becomes the angular velocity in radians per second. Okay, so that is how we can find it. Now the second part is, how far has a rider traveled at 15 minutes into the ride? So that means the fraction of circle completed by the rider in 15 minutes. Well, in 20 minutes one full circle is covered, right? So one circle means circumference. So what is the circumference of this ride? The radius, in this case the diameter, is 100 meters. Circumference is 2 pi r. Well, it is 2 pi times r, or we could say pi times d, right? Twice r is pi times diameter. Diameter is 100 meters for us, so we get 100 pi as one full circle. Now the distance covered in 15 minutes will be how much? In 20 minutes it is 100 pi, right? So the distance covered in 15 minutes will be 100 pi times 15 divided by 20, right? So that fraction. So that is your distance traveled in 15 minutes. So let's calculate this. We'll divide 15 by 20 and then multiply this by 100 times pi, which is equals to 235 point approximately 6, and the units are meters. Correct? So the units are the meters, which is the unit of diameter. So that is how we can find the distance traveled in 15 minutes. So this is a very important question. Go through it once again. Try to understand how we can convert units for angular velocity and how we can find the arc length, right, in a given time. Thank you and all the best.